What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be going over all of the best 2 guides in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So we are only going to be looking at primary 2 guides. We are not going to be looking at guys that are not obviously primary 2 guides, so guys like small forwards that a lot of people play at the 2. But before we get on to that, if you guys have not yet subscribed to the new channel, the Mick channel. So lads, the second podcast will be up as full episode. I did upload it on this channel last week. It will be uploaded on this channel this week. So the second full podcast will be uploaded on this channel. So if you guys are not subscribed yet, link will be in the description. It is with... Well, I gave it away on Twitter. It is going to be with Ambush, which is going to be a really interesting one. And don't worry, lads, don't worry. We spent quite a lot of the video talking about the Galaxy Opal Jeremy Lin from last year. So, yeah. Anyway, now let's get on to it. So we've got S tier to worthless tier, and these are the guys we have got. So, yeah, we're not necessarily going to be talking about them just how they play at the 2 guard. We'll be talking about them as overall guards. So, Iverson. I'm going to put Iverson in D. I think Iverson is better than people think and simultaneously not incredible. Like, obviously Ty, like, it's just a meme at this stage. Ty's hatred for Allen Iverson. Like, I know he doesn't like the card, but I mean, obviously he's not as bad as Ty. Ty says he put him below Patrick Ewing, who's a trash can. But he's on his sides. He's got a really good release. His jumper is really quick. His handle's good. He actually dunks it quite well. He's not the worst card in the world. He's not great by any means. Like, if you are asking me whether or not I would suggest to run this card, I obviously would not suggest to run this card. I don't think he's I don't think he's by any means a great card in game, but he's not awful. That's the thing, he's not awful. Anthony Edwards, B tier. I think Edwards is... You need to put range on Edwards. But Edwards has a great release. He's got decent height. Good handle. And he's just solid. One of the best diamond cards in the game, honestly, when you give him range extended, because he can curry. He's got that Jamal Murray release. I think he's got Jamal Murray SIGs in general. He's kind of like a better version of Kobe White, except he can play at the 2. Edwards... really good. Like, Edwards could be pushing A tier, but I'm going to put him in B. I'm going to put a Flalo in D tier because I hate his release. If you can get used to a Flalo's release, he's probably C tier. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I know some people like the release, but I absolutely hate the release. And before we go on, also, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 250,000 subs by the end of this month. But anyway, back to it. Bradley Beal. Beal's better. I'm going to put Beal in C tier. I don't like Beal. I'd say this now. Beal's got Ray Allen base. He's a 6'3", non-Curry sliding 2 guard. His defense is mediocre at best. His offense is... It's not great, honestly. The guy's 6'3". I think that is a huge problem in a card, is the fact that... I mean, you can say all you want about certain cards, but like, he doesn't even... like. He might be... Yeah, he's got Pro 3 behind him. Like, he's slightly better than Iverson, but very slightly. Brandon Ingram. I need to take a look. For now, I'm going to put Ingram in A tier. But man, Ingram is insane. Ingram's incredible. Ingram's got a handle. Ingram can shoot. Ingram can play defense. He's got long arms. His player build isn't the greatest, but his release is fantastic. Man, Brandon Ingram is insane. Thankfully, this one can play the 2 and he's not stuck at small forward or power forward. One thing I do wish, though, is that Brandon Ingram, I really wish that he was 6'9", because he's been 6'9". I was like, he was 6'9" last year in 2K, and if you guys don't know, he actually came into the league listed as 6'10". He was 6'10" when he came into the NBA. And after his rookie year, they started listing him as 6'9", and then they actually measured him and he's 6'7". It doesn't change the fact that he's like a borderline all-star level player. But just a kind of funny thing that he has actually been 6'10", 6'9", and 6'7". He's been all three of those heights in 2K, and he has only been in the game since 2K17. So, anyway, yeah, he's A tier, no question. B-Roy. I'm gonna put B-Roy in A. I'm gonna put B-Roy in A. Because there are guys that are just better. Simply put, there are guys that are just better. And I just... Please tell me he's a small forward. And I didn't just forget the second best 2 guard in the game. I just forgot the second best 2 guard in the game. How? I don't know how I forgot him. But DeMar DeRozan, we can just say he's a Tracy McGrady clone and put DeMar DeRozan up here as well. He's going to be on, like... no, I would say, is DeMar DeRozan going to be the... I don't know. He might be the cover star of this video, to be honest. And he may not actually, in fact, be in the video. Which would be... it should be hilarious, but... Yeah, DeMar DeRozan and Tracy McGrady are the best two best 2 guards in the game. And I'm just putting it out there, like, they are without doubt the best in my opinion. They are both incredible cards. So, yeah, Tracy McGrady's probably going to be on the thumbnail solely because I forgot to put in DeMar DeRozan, even though I would have had DeMar DeRozan otherwise. So, yeah. T-Mac S tier, obviously. Buddy. As much as I think Buddy is fantastic, I love Buddy Hield. I think he is top quality for what he is. For how easy it's to get. He's not as good as Sean Elliott, but he's one of the best diamond cards that you have been able to get in this, like going up through the tiers. Buddy Hield, I personally believe, is one of the best shooters in the game. So I'm putting Buddy Hield right here in B tier. Clyde the Glide Drexler, get into A, borderline S. Nah, I can't justify putting him in S tier, but he's A. Oh no, DeRozan's there. I don't know how I missed him, but DeRozan's there. He's S tier. And you guys are probably saying DeRozan was there. I'll spam in the comment section. But yeah, Clyde's release is fantastic. If you guys are on current gen, it's not quite as good. If you're on next gen, you've got the full experience with Clyde Drexler. Oh man, his handle, his movement, his shooting, it's so good. He's better on next gen. He's better in my opinion than Brandon Roy, but on current gen, I'm not going to say he's better because I do not believe he is. But yeah, Clyde Drexler, a fantastic card in this game, and especially because he wasn't. If you kept up with everything, he wasn't that hard to get. It's not like he was easy to get per se, but he wasn't that hard to get. Okay, then we have got Dale Ellis. I mean, I can't objectively say Dale Ellis is any worse than Buddy Hield. Like, Dale Ellis has a 3-point rating of like, well, it's similar to Ray Allen. He can't Curry, neither can Buddy Hield, but he's got Ray Allen base, which is as good as Kobe base, and he actually, if I'm not mistaken, he comes with, I'm pretty sure he comes with steady. Pretty sure he comes with steady / blinders. So, yeah, he comes with half blinders, so he's a beast on next gen. So, Dale Ellis, get into B tier. I don't think anyone's gonna argue Dale Ellis is A tier, but I'm gonna put him B. D'Lo, yeah, you're B tier as well. D'Lo's solid, but not great. That's kind of the best thing. Like, his release is so bad on next gen, though. It's fine on current gen. His movement is really good on next gen. His release is so bad on current gen. D'Lo and Kyrie, they completely just gave them some of the worst releases in the game. Alright, so we are 9 minutes in, so this is normally the time in all of these tier lists where we start to put in the scrubs. So, worthless tier. There's none right here. The worst player here is Nick Anderson. There's no real worthless tier here. There's no real worthless guys. Like, I'm going to have to put Drazen. Drazen can't go bottom tier. Drazen's as good as a Flalo. I have to move these guys down. I might have to go like this. I might have to do this. That might work a bit better. Hoiberg, E tier. Hoiberg's decent though. Just the more I use 38, the more I don't like it this year. I loved it last year. The more I use it, the more I don't like it this year. Scotty's good. Quinn Richardson's not half bad. Pistol Pete's great. I mean, we've got rid of the scrubs. Des Mason, D. Des Mason. His shooting's not quite there. He's like a significantly worse J.R. Smith. Yeah, he's got some like nice badges. He dunks it quite well. But I mean, he's flawed. He's flawed. If you've ever used this card, he's just kind of there. I mean, I feel so bad. I'm calling it F tier. I'm calling it F tier because I cannot, in good conscience, put a guy that's is as iconic to me as Nick Anderson into worthless tier. Okay. So, Devin Booker. Hey, Devin Booker is definitely a step above these guys. I'm not the highest on Devin Booker. I know a lot of people like him. I think he's decent. I think he's very, very decent. But I don't know. I'm not that high on base 94. I think it's alright. I think his release is alright. I don't think his releases ain't spectacular. And base 94, they changed it. I actually think I prefer base 4 to base 94, his previous release. But he can carry slide. He got good dribble saves, good defense. So A tier he goes. Dominique. I hate his release. I hate his release. I get it. He's a good dunker. I cannot put a player whose release I hate as much as Dominique's. I cannot put that player in the same tier as Brandon Roy or Brandon Ingram. Like, yes, he's got half showtime. Yes, he's got a 98 driving dunk. But he's only got gold range. He's got base 8, which I hate in this game. Like, he's not as good as Ingram. He's not as good as Clyde. Not as good as Booker. Is he better than Anthony Edwards? Yes. Is he better than D'Lo? Yes. But I think he's closer to these two guys here than he is to any of these guys up here. B tier. Mitchell. 1 tier higher than Iverson. He's like, imagine if Iverson had a much longer wingspan. I could dunk a bit better. That's about it. And I had a slightly worse release. Mitchell, I mean, Mitchell was great for how easy he was to get. Like, you could get this guy in 25 minutes. He was one of the easiest players to grind in the game. So for me, getting Mitchell was a absolute no-brainer, lads. He was an absolute no-brainer. Getting Donovan Mitchell when he was out, but at this stage in the game, I mean, he's not great, really, is he? Like, you don't see anyone really running Mitchell. Like, Halliburton's better. Dwayne Wade. Both of these Dwayne Wades I'm putting into... they're the same card. Oh, I don't know. Do I go C or B? Do I go C or do I go B? I'm going to C for now. They might get moved up. Wade's my... I'm actually going to take this Wade off because he's just the same card. Eddie Jones. I'm sorry, Eddie. I'm sorry, your release is on normal timing. I'm sorry, Eddie Jones. I really liked you. You were great for your time. You were an absolute god tier player for your time, Eddie. But I'm sorry, I can't put you higher than E tier right now. You're just not that dude anymore. Evan Fournier. B. He's a step below these guys. Evan Fournier is good though, but he is a level below Clyde and Brandon Ingram and Booker. He's very much like imagine Booker, one step below Booker. Yeah. He's actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's got base 4, which is Booker's first release. But Booker's just that little bit better. Yeah, I'm going to put him in B tier. I think Fournier is better, in my opinion, than Wilkins, though. For me, Fournier is better than Dominique. Felipe Lopez, as much as I want to put him in B tier, he's going C tier. Actually, yeah, he's C tier. He's C tier. Wade, you go up. You look out of place there. Lopez looks in the perfect place with Dale Ellis and Buddy Hield. Lopez beside Wade, I'm like, yeah, on next gen, 100%, because Wade is one of the worst on next gen, but current gen, you can't even. Like, if you try to have... You can't even have that conversation. He's a billion times better. But, James Harden's. Okay, let's move this Harden to the end because they're the same card. I just put two of them in. Harden. I'm sorry, but I'm going to move something down. But I'm putting Harden in B tier. I don't like this card. I'm just saying right now, if you want to argue Harden's in a higher tier, then that's fine. Like, the way the tiers are, like, I do think that these are the best two, these are the next four best, and these are the next four best here. But he's better than Wade. But at the 2 guard, I'm taking Fournier over Harden. I just think Fournier's jumper's better on next gen. Harden's jumper's awful, but Harden's good on current gen. I don't know. I'm definitely not taking Harden over Roy, Ingram, or Clyde, though. A. I'll give him A tier. I'll give him A tier. Sloan. A. Pushing. If you're talking next gen, I mean, Sloan's in S tier. Like, Sloan is the best player in A tier right now. Sloan is insane. He is so good. Okay, I'm telling you, if you got Jerry Sloan, especially if you're out here on next gen, you're sorted, lads. You are sorted for the foreseeable future at that 2 guard position. Like, the guy's got half blinders, half range, 90 driving dunk, half clamps. He's also got the Curry slide and base 70 on quick, which is a million times better on next gen than it is on current gen. Like, if you're on current gen, yeah, Sloan's alright. But if you're on next gen, I'm telling you, Sloan is that dude. Sloan is like he is one of the elites on next gen. Okay. Jerry Stackhouse. He's not awful. D tier. He's meh. He's meh. Hondo. I mean, he's in the right hands, he's S. He has to be. Like, if you put Hondo in the right hands, Hondo can just cook. He can cook, people. His stats, his badges, everything about this card's incredible. So, John Havlicek, yeah, Hondo, you're going S tier. And it's mad because the Pink Diamond Hondo is one of the worst cards I've ever used. This J.R. Smith right here. I mean, he's a 6'6" Brad Beal. I'll put him C tier. I actually would take Lopez over him, but it's close. It is close. And then this J.R. Smith. I've never played with him. I've only played against him. A reluctant S tier. Like, his handle's good. It's basically just the J.R. Smith we have from last year. And no one really used that card at point guard. Like, I don't know what slot he fits. Like, he doesn't even make the best team. I don't think he's one of the best point guards in the game. Next gen, I mean, he's got that hot blinders. So maybe he's better. Yeah, actually, I'm going to put him S. He's definitely S tier on next gen. He's definitely S tier on next gen. So, in current gen, I mean, he's good and all, but he's borderline in current, but he's definitely S on next gen. Navarro. Navarro's a tough one that I'm going to have to put in A. As time's gone on, the taller point guards are starting to take over. Height's starting to mean even more in my team. So it is very, very difficult for me to not put Carlos Navarro in A tier. As much as I would like to say in the right hands he's S tier, which is true, in the wrong hands he's probably B tier. So I'm gonna put one Carlos Navarro base 98 GOAT in A tier. I got the fair spot for him. Kawhi S. Especially if you're on next gen. Kawhi's still that dude. Like, the level 40 award from season 4, he's going to be usable in July. He's not, like, there's going to be probably 2 Opal Kawhis or 2 Matter Kawhis. Like, there's going to be 2 better Kawhis than this in, like, July. But I'm telling you, he's still going to be usable in July. May not be exceptional, but still usable. Great handle, can curry, half blinders. One of the best guys to get on next gen. Ray Allen based on quick. He's great. Kevin Porter Jr. You might call me crazy. Done. B tier. Hear me out. It's not about the stats and the badges. It's about the performance, lads. If you guys saw, like, again, I was on delay playing against a dude with a God squad with J.R. Smith. And Kevin Porter Jr. literally goes and cooks him for 30. Like, greening everything while I'm playing on. I'm pretty sure. I think he said it was West delay. Actually, no. He didn't say what delay it was, but it felt... I don't know, it was East delay. It was East delay. But if it was West delay, it's even more impressive. I was about to say, I was like, someone else I said they played me on West, and it wasn't that game. I got mixed up. But he on East New York, East EU delay, which is borderline unplayable at times. He was cooking people on the ball, quick stop, greening, everything. This card, there is no card that plays higher to their stats and badges. He feels like he's got half blinders on next gen. He feels like he's got half steady on current gen, even though he doesn't have it because of the amount of contested shots he hit. The guy greens everything. He is way better for some reason than J.R. Smith. Don't ask me why. He is just that dude. And so many people that have used Kevin Porter Jr. will be testament to that. Yeah, you can't, like, if you look at him on 2KDB, if you look at him on 2KMT Central, whatever database site you use, you're like, this card's not great. But man, it's the performance. It is the performance of the card. We can't just look at stats and badges because there's a lot of things. Doesn't matter what gen this card is on, he's insane. Because, like, again, if you're on current gen, guys like Wilt can't run. Like, we can't forget that. Clay. B tier as well. I think Clay's solid. You can argue Clay an A. I just don't think he does anything. I don't think he does anything well enough. And I'm putting the other Clay in the same tier. I'm pretty sure you have to give both of them showtime. They both have a mediocre dunk. I mean, they're fine cards. Like, it's not like they are... Like, saying that they're bad cards is wrong because they're not. They are not bad cards at all. But to say they're anything other... Like, to use any word to describe them other than fine is too much. Like, he's like, they're cones. Like, as I always say, call a cone a cone. There's nothing wrong with being a cone, but call a cone a cone. And that is what this card is like. He's a top tier cone. Like, don't get me wrong, he is a top tier cone. He's great at what he does. Like, he is an absolutely fantastic cone in this game. He's great at just catching and shooting shots, but man, he's a cone. Both of these guys do the same job as well. You got this Kobe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, lads. D. He's got half clamps. He can dunk well. His release is on normal timing. He came out on the 24th of December. He's the best two guard in the game when he came out. And I hope the reason why we haven't seen another Kobe card is because 2K are giving us a free Kobe at some stage, which would be nice. Because again, I actually, to be honest, like Mamba Day is 10 days from now. So you would have to assume 2K give us something on Mamba Day. And obviously, in my opinion, like, it would have been a very poor taste for 2K to have given something on like the anniversary of his death, but on a day of celebration for Kobe, which is Mamba Day, I would have no objection whatsoever to 2K 2K giving either a free Kobe or, like, look, they put Kobe in packs, they put Kobe in packs. I'm not that to celebrate, I'm not that opposed to it, but sure, look. Anyway, we got Lionel Messi. You don't know how badly I want to put him in S tier. I'm gonna put him in A tier because he's not as good as Jerry Sloan. But you don't know how badly I want to put the guy in S tier. Jerry Sloan. I mean, the more I think about it, the more I think Jerry Sloan belongs. We are next. He's S. Jerry Sloan. Of all the people that I'm kind of surprised they're moving to S, I was like, oh, maybe not. It's some of them, but Jerry Sloan, I'm pulling the trigger. Sealy A. Again, this is a really, really obvious one. He's definitely better than the guys at B. Half showtime, goal range, half clamps. Like, in my opinion, he's way better than Dominique Wilkins because he actually is a serviceable release. And again, Neek, I haven't used Neek on next gen though. I will say that I've only used Neek on current gen, and I did not like him at all. But yeah, Malik Sealy A tier. This Michael Jordan. As much as I want to put him in B tier, he's A tier, isn't he? Like, he's got the weird Jordan layup animations, which are his biggest problem. And not even his biggest problem, it's his only problem. Like, he's got range only on goal, but again, he's got a really good release, which makes up for it. He's got a lot of positives. He really, really does. Like, there are so many things with this card right here that he does well. It's just, they just came out like 3 weeks later with two better Michael Jordans that are S tier. I'm so reluctant. I'm so reluctant. I don't think this Jordan is as good as Kawhi. I don't think he's as good as JR. He's not as good. He's not as good as Jerry Sloan. I'm saying it now. He's not as good. He's not as good. If you guys want to kill me in the comments, I don't like him. I don't like him as much. I think the half-range extend is what separates this Jordan. I'm not the biggest fan of Jordans anyway in this game. He still has that weird layup animation. But these two Jordans, I've used both of them multiple times. We've both of these guys multiple times. Have not noticed one bit of a difference. At least with this Jordan, he pulls up from a little bit further. And, like, I can't not put him in S tier because it would cause a riot. So, even though I don't like Jordan, and I'd probably put, for me, these guys are all better than Jordan. If you're asking me who I would rather take, Jordan or Clyde, probably Jordan. If you ask me who I would take, Jordan or Simmons, if you're on next gen, Simmons in a heartbeat. And the way I play, if you're looking for Cone, maybe CD's better, but can't put him there. Red's like worse Kawhi without defense. That's like, he's literally like worse Kawhi. That's the only way I can describe Mike Red. Like, he's a good card. Like, the guy's 6'6", 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 98 3 ball. He's got like 94 lateral quickness, a couple of good defensive ads. He's got Ray Allen base on quick, Pro 2, Pro 5 behind the back. Like, it's so similar to Kawhi. But again, for the grind that it took, yeah, he's not great. Mitch Rich, I don't rate him that highly though. I know he's cheap. I used him once or twice. He's got no dribble. He's got no escape. I mean, at this stage in the game, is he going to give you anything different than a Drazen? Probably not. Can't create his own shot. Pistol Pete, S. If you use Pistol Pete Maravich, especially on next gen, you know why he's up here. He's like Jerry Sloan, but he can play a point guard. Pistol Pete Maravich, I'm telling you, a no-brainer S tier player. Pistol Pete, if we're talking like best of the best, it's probably T-Mac 1, DeRozan 2. Depending on what gen you're on. If you're on current gen, probably DeRozan with T-Mac 2. Next gen, T-Mac 1, DeRozan 2 maybe. Then we're probably looking Pete Maravich. Then JR. Then Kawhi, Hondo, Jerry Sloan, Jordan. It's probably the order I would put them in. But it's close. Q-Rich. I mean, Q-Rich does the exact same thing as Dale Ellis though, doesn't he? Except he doesn't have... He's like better on current gen than Dale. He's solid. Catch and shoot player. Ray Allen, B. As much... If we're talking next gen, he's A. Like, if we're talking current gen, he's B. If we're talking next gen, he's A. So I'm going to give him that slot in A tier. Because, like, I run him in my... I was like, I have him in B tier, but I run him in my squad over Malik Sealy, and I run him over Brandon Roy. So, I can't not put him in this tier. Like, my starting wings are Lionel Simmons, good old Mr. Lionel Messi himself, and Ray Allen. Like, they are my wings. I have John Wall, the point guard, two of those guys, the wings. I run probably Mel Daniels. I don't know, I probably run Wes Unseld the 4, and then the 5 run D-Rob. And then once I get another center, I'll probably Mel Daniels the 4, but yeah, those two are my starting wings of choice due to not have blind his badge. So, because of how good he is in next gen, I'm going to put him in A tier. But if you're on current gen, he's B tier. Like, if you're on current gen, Clay is way better than Ray Allen, in my opinion. Ronald Murray. See, I can't put Ronald Murray a tier ahead of Felipe Lopez. I actually think Felipe Lopez is more versatile than Ronald Murray, even though Murray's a better shooter. I also don't feel in good conscience I can put Kevin Porter Jr. I can put him in the same tier as KPJ. I think KPJ is quite a bit better. So, yeah, he's going that tier. Rudy Fernandez, B tier. Maybe I just have like a soft spot for this card, but that Curry base and Rudy Fernandez is different. That Pro 3 behind the back is different. I think maybe it's just the time he came out and just how relevant he was, especially to me. How I've seen Rudy Fernandez in person a few times, so I really like him. Liked him when I used to watch Real Madrid a lot. When I used to watch the Spanish national team quite a bit. Maybe it's just like a personal attachment to the card. Maybe that's why I would have to consider putting Navarro in S tier, but yeah, he's going B tier. Scotty, A. Scotty's just a really solid defensive player. His release is iffy, but he's a way, for example, better defensive player than Clay Thompson, and he can also go to the basket and dunk really well. If you can get used to that release, Scotty's one of the best though. Can't Curry, but he's an elite defender. I'm not even gonna say he's like a... No, he's a cone. He's a cone. Actually, Curry doesn't shoot well enough to be called a cone. He's just an elite defender. That's probably the best way. Shea, B tier. Shea's just really rare. He's alright. He's alright. He's nothing spectacular. He can curry, he shoots. He's just kind of like... He's kind of like what we've seen 100 times already. He's like, imagine Tyrese Halliburton, but like worse. And that's basically what you're getting with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, I don't think he's by any means a bad card. So, yeah, I think B tier is fine for him. This Tracy McGrady is such a tough one. I'm going to put him in A tier. But I really half want to put him in S tier. He's great. He's great. He's like Brandon Roy, but better. That's the only way I can describe him. Tyler Hero. Or Vince. I hate Vince's release. If you want to argue Vince in A, I'm all for it. I'm all ears. You can make that argument. But I'm putting Vince in the Dominique Wilkins category of you should be class, but I don't know why I don't like you. So Vince Carter is going to be tier. The only Vince Carter I've ever liked in a 2K game was the Vince Carter Go card at the end of last year. I think that's just because I locked him in and just forced myself to use him. I kind of liked him on Hop Quick Draw. Tyler Hero. I mean C. I don't think I can say again with a straight face he's better than Anthony Edwards. He's solid. He's a good shooter, good handle. Not the greatest defender. Rudy Fernandez, you go down. Yeah, I think Rudy Fernandez belongs in that tier with like Hero and J.R. Smith. I don't think he belongs in the tier ahead of them. And then we've got Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine offensively is a A-tier player. He's definitely not an S-tier offensive player, but he's definitely an A-tier offensive player. But his defense is not great. He can still curry though. He's still, again, he's kind of like a Fournier type player. His release fantastic, both gens. It's just his defense leaves a lot to be desired. So yeah, that's it. We've got a couple of guys in S-tier. We got a lot of guys in A-tier. We've got some B tier guys, and I think this tier is really split up of if you guys, like a lot of you guys will probably think that Clay, Fournier, Vince, and Dominique probably should go up, and a lot of you guys would think the other guys should go down, or maybe the likes of LaVine and stuff should stay. But again, it's kind of the nature of this list. Then we got obviously Nick Anderson in F tier. It's a pity. He's the worst player on this list by quite a significant amount, but man, I liked him for quite a while. He literally carried me to top 20 in the world in 250k. And E tier, some okay players here. Some like borderline usable players. D tier is, I mean, these guys are some of them are alright. C tier is where I first started. Like C tier is really where I say like, look, these cards are decent. They are decent. B tier, good cards, very good. And then obviously the best of the best in S tier. So yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. And if you guys are saying I'm being biased for the cards I have, I do not have a single player in S tier, just a heads up. So if that's the video, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.